Hey everybody, it's Tony Traguardo from the Port Washington Public Library with another episode of Digital Diaries, where I talk to you about some of the excellent digital resources that are available online through the Port Washington Library with your library card and through many of the libraries across the country and especially here in Nassau County. I'm going to talk about some of the great educational resources that are available. And I'm going to start with one called edX. And edX provides you with access to courses offered from the Smithsonian, Harvard, Berkeley, and many more quality institutions. You can get certificates for a number of the courses. They are available anywhere from $35 to $60 per course. The courses, after you sign up, they run for between 3 and 6 weeks, generally on average, and the classes are anywhere from an hour to 3 hours each. They are, of course, self-paced because they're on video, and you can obviously start and stop the videos anytime you want. The cool thing about edX is, like a lot of the other online educational resources that you can get to through the library, there are a diverse course collection available to you. It's really mind-blowing. I went in and put in comic books because I was trying to see if there was something available. And what came up for me was the rise of superheroes and their impact on pop culture. Very cool. This was offered from the Smithsonian, and I'll read you the quick explanation of the course. Join the Smithsonian and comic book industry legend, the late Stan Lee, in a self-paced course to explore the history of the comic book and the rise of superheroes. And Stan Lee is in the video talking about Spider-Man, Iron Man, the Hulk. But also, too, they sort of talk about where superheroes fall in our culture, which is kind of the fascinating thing about it for me. And they go into the origin of superhero comic books. It says, why did superheroes arise in 1938? And it'll be interesting to see the tie-ins with what was going on in our society. Why did superhero genres ebb and flow in popularity? Why did the McCarthy era almost result in the shutdown of the comic book industry? Really cool. And it takes you up to the current time when, as it says, superheroes have become the basis for blockbuster movies, for TV series, for video games, for animation, obviously, and have had a huge impact all over the world. So, again, just typing in comic books and edX, that's what came up. There's also, for me, always an interest in music. So anytime I go into these educational sites, I'll put something music related. And for me, I find that one of the things in my own education that I'm, sort of lacking in is jazz. I don't know a lot about jazz music, and I'm always trying to learn about jazz. I'm a pop music historian. So for me, jazz, I need work in that area. So I typed in jazz. What did I find? From Hamilton College, jazz, the music, the stories, the players. And it talks about what you'll learn. You'll learn what makes jazz swing. You'll learn the form and feel and function of jazz, the role of jazz in America as an art and entertainment. I mean, exactly really what I'm looking for, especially when it talks about the players. It goes into detail about some of the great jazz musicians, tell some of their background and how they interconnect with one another, which is very important when it comes to jazz. So these are all available through edX, which is an excellent resource, available through the Port Washington Public Library website. Coursera, a fantastic resource for taking online classes. Just for fun, staying in the music vein, I typed in rock music, and I found a selection of some very cool classes. Music's Big Bang, the genesis of rock and roll, taught by Professor David Carlson, explores the factors, musical and cultural, that led to the birth of American rock and roll in the early 1950s. Wow. Tied in with that, it gives you obviously related classes where rock music is somewhere in the description or in what you would call like the meta taglines that will bring these classes up. One that came up is understanding the music business. What is music worth? Such a relevant class. This one was actually done in 2016, and it's offered through the Vanderbilt University, which is in Nashville, Tennessee. But what's cool about this is this goes into sort of the rapid changes that have happened in the music industry in the last 6 or 7 years in particular, with the uptick in streaming music, sort of all the contradictions, the things you hear. Records don't sell anymore. Records do sell. CDs don't sell anymore. CDs do sell. It talks about the marketing aspect. The nice thing is that, this is an 18-hour course. This stuff is not just fluff. And again, you may be able to also get credits for this, but for the most part, it's just great to be able to check these courses out online and, of course, work at your own pace. Finally, besides Coursera, there is lynda.com, Lynda. And on the Port Washington website, anyway, they are all listed. All these resources are listed alphabetically when you go into the section on the site where it has research. So to find lynda.com, you will have to enter your library card to get in. And I'll give you some examples. These can have short clips and very lengthy clips, full hour-plus long courses and 3 or 4 minute clips, all available at Lynda. Let's say you want to learn about a piece of freeware, popular freeware, like the studio recording and editing program Audacity. You can go in there, type Audacity, and you're going to find a number of great clips available about Audacity. The one that really fascinated me was the list of courses that they had and videos they had about photo restoration. Now, don't get me wrong. You could swim around in YouTube where you will definitely find some great clips and some excellent information. But you will also find some useless, time-wasting junk. I really can't put it any more direct than that. And for obscure and very specific questions, YouTube can be great. If you want to know how to take a stereo out of a 1997 Toyota, YouTube is excellent. And for music instruction, there are great things on YouTube. But what I like about this is that the clips and courses on Lynda really provide you with some great straight-ahead information. The courses go into depth. They are rated as beginner, intermediate, or expert. And they go out of their way to point you to additional resources and related courses to what you're looking for. So I highly recommend Lynda. Again, this is not to detract from some of the fantastic presenters on YouTube. I've talked about some in past videos. I'll talk about some in the future. But these are some of the excellent educational resources with, I will say, some more authoritativeness that are available through the Port Washington Public Library and through many of the libraries around the county and the country. Of course, visit your own library's website to see what online courses may be available for you. That's it for now. I'm Tony Traguardo from the Port Washington Public Library here in Nassau County and Long Island in New York. And enjoy learning some great things online. See you soon.